What's up, guys? My name is Gabe and welcome back to the Trojan Blade. Welcome back to a brand new video. We have our first official target list of transfer portal season. That's right, offers are flying out left and right. And no doubt this video will be out of date very quickly. I'm sure we will be handing out more offers right when this video comes out. But as of the recording of this video, there are about 8 or 9 offers out to players, and we are going to cover all of them in this video. And guys, of course, if you are enjoying the transfer portal content, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for being here today, and let's get into it. All right, first things first, we start up on the Palouse with former Washington State corner Ethan O'Connor. Now, we know that the secondary is a massive need for SC heading into 2025. We are losing so many guys in that room, so we have to go out and get some proven quality talent at that spot, and that's exactly what Ethan O'Connor is. 6'1", 172 pounds. This was his redshirt freshman season, and this also is a local kid playing at Los Alamitos High School. This is a very talented cover corner, a perfect fit in D'Anton Lynn's scheme. He likes those bigger corners, he likes longer guys, and he fits that to a T. He can absolutely do a job for you. Very good athlete, he can come up and play press man. They routinely left this guy on an island up there in Pullman, and as Coach Lynn gets better and better players in this defense, we are going to see a more aggressive scheme from him. But to have an aggressive scheme, you have to have guys that can cover. And that's exactly what Ethan O'Connor would be. So us offering him makes a ton of sense. Very young guy, 77.8 defensive grade on the year via PFF. Very good stuff there. Would love to see us get this one done and bring him back home. Staying in the secondary, we head down to San Jose. And now we're talking about DJ Harvey. This is an older guy. He's going to be going into his redshirt senior year next year. Also plays corner. A little bit smaller, 5'11", 174. His play style reminds me a lot of Denzel Ward from the Browns. This is a former high school teammate of Kamari Ramsey. They have been going back and forth on social media about DJ transferring down to SC. 90.3 PFF grade on the year for DJ. That is absolutely elite. 80 is an NFL grade, so he's even playing beyond that. Obviously, the difference in schedule from San Jose State to USC is massive, but if you told me I could get a guy who's average at Alabama or who's a star at San Jose State, I'll take the star. I'll take the guy that's proven he can play at a high level. And yeah, I like this one a lot. That one seems extremely likely to me, so keep your eye on that one. We have yet another member of the secondary here in former Michigan safety Brandon Hillman, 6 foot, 200 pounds from Portsmouth, Virginia. This was his sophomore season. And guys, this is one of the hardest hitters in the country. He's a safety, he doesn't wear gloves, this guy's a lunatic. If you catch the ball over the middle of the field, this guy will absolutely clean your clock. So yeah, he's a huge hitter. He usually does line up at free safety. He had 120 snaps there this year. This guy also played 20 snaps in the slot and 50 snaps in the box. So he can do a little bit of everything for you. Without a doubt though, his best role is playing that deep center fielder where he can read what's going on and come up and absolutely smoke somebody. A guy with Big Ten experience, a guy that won a national title in his freshman year, getting a guy in the locker room who has won at the highest level, a guy that knows what it takes to be a national champion, and a guy that knows what these good locker rooms look like. I think that's very important for a young team like ours, and just think this would be a really solid pickup. And next up, yes, I can hear all of you yelling through your computer screen, what about the trenches? Well, relax guys, we're getting into the trenches. Of course, starting with former Kentucky Wildcat defensive tackle Keyshawn Silver. When I ask you what USC's biggest need is, I'm assuming a guy that looks like this comes to mind. 6'4", 336 pounds, from the state of North Carolina, 63 PFF grade on the year. Now look, let me just throw this at you guys just to start off with. This is not an elite defensive lineman. This is not a game-changing defensive lineman. But if we want to get to the levels that we want to get to, these are the kind of guys you need. You have to be able to form a steady rotation of guys, especially on the inside. You look at what we had this year, Kobe Pepe was playing his best ball of his career, and Nate Clifton was playing out of position, although I thought he balled out this year. But other than that, we got zero production from the interior of the line. And hell, those guys didn't even produce that much. So to get guys that proven that they can make plays from the interior of the defensive line, that have the athleticism, that have the size and strength, that is a must, and Keyshawn Silver does that for you and then some. USC did make his Final Four, so would love to see us close that one out as well. Next up, we're heading over to Elon to talk about 6'5", 255-pound defensive end Kazim Moore. Now, when you're taking a guy from the FCS level, there better be some production there, and there for sure is here. 51 total tackles on the year, 26 solo, 25 assists, 6 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and also 1 pass defense that was probably on a screen. Now, I don't need to tell you about the talent gap from Elon to USC. You guys already know that. But what I will say is that this guy has that first step you look for in those big time pass rusher. He gets off the ball very quick. He has very violent hands. He's a long guy as well. Very aggressive with his striking. Has a plethora of moves in his arsenal. Not just a one-trick pony. He's not just going to bull rush you. He's not just going to swim you every single time. So he gives the opposing offensive linemen a lot to deal with, a lot on their plate. And I see why D'Anton Lynn has identified this guy for his defense. He has a lot of those same traits as a guy like Laiatu Latu had. Not saying they're the same quality of player, just that there's similar traits there. Staking on the defensive line, we head out to Western Kentucky to talk about Hosea Wheeler. 6'3", 300 pounds from the state of California. He is going to be going into his redshirt senior year. This guy was playing on the interior of that line for Western Kentucky, but still had some nice production on the year at 64 tackles, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and a recovery. Again, the same thing we talked about with Keyshawn Silver. These are the kind of guys you need on that defensive line to be able to rotate and have it not drop off too far. You just need guys that can produce, that can give you quality reps, that can get into the backfield and make a play every once in a while. So that one makes a lot of sense to me. Now flipping to the offensive line, USC has also offered former Arizona Wildcat Wendell Moe Jr., 6'2", 339 pounds, heading into his redshirt junior year, and he's from Long Beach, California. Now, when you see 6'2", 339, your mind immediately assumes he's a run blocker, but when you look at his PFF splits, this guy is actually a much better pass protector than he is in the run game. If you remember Ethan White from 2 cycles ago, we were going to bring him in from Florida, and then he had that big injury hang up. He was this exact profile. So this is clearly what Josh Henson likes to see in his guards. Very, very big, but with an emphasis on the pass protection. So yeah, this is of course another local kid who has some good production in his career, has some experience in those bigger games, so I like that one as well. We also offered our first wideout in Jerron Tibbs. He played at Purdue the last 2 years. Very similar build to Brendan Rice, 6'3", 214, from Indianapolis, Indiana. The one thing I like about Tibbs is he has a very good understanding of his body and where he is when he gets up in the air. Very good at boxing people out, very good at identifying where the football is, and obviously making a play on it. Now, I don't think the same athletic upside is there with a guy like Brendan Rice, but again, this is a guy that can come in and do a job for you. He adds some size to the wide receiver core, which if we're going to be losing some size with some guys portaling out, this would make a lot of sense. So that's what this tells me. So for sure, keep an eye on that. On the year, Tibbs had 25 receptions for 305 yards and 2 scores. Both of those scores came in the red zone. So very young guy. I tend to trust Lincoln Riley with wide receivers, so we'll see what happens there. And to wrap up here, we have former Ute running back Jalen Glover, listed at 5'8", 205, going into his redshirt junior year, and he's from Lakeland, Florida. This is a really curious one to me. Ever since we hired Anthony Jones to be our running back coach, we really tend to go after these shorter guys. He only played in 3 games this year, had like 12 carries for 50 yards or something like that. He took a voluntary red shirt. I'm not sure what the deal is with this one. It's pretty interesting, but we did offer him, so keep a lookout for that as well. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to edit this video because I know it's going to be out of date as soon as I hit publish. But as of 9:30 in the morning Mountain Time here in Arizona, these are all the official offers we have out there. So if you did happen to enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for all the support. You're all awesome. And as always, take care and fight on.